Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Veronica. Thank you so much for clicking the link to watch today's video. Without further ado, I'm going to tell you all about today's video. Today is a very important, special day. How many times can I say today? I've said it like 3 times. Hopefully you guys can see me. It's like really sunny out. But today's my promotion day, so these butter bars are coming off. I'm so excited because I have enjoyed my time being a butter bar. I will never forget all of the blood, sweat, and tears. Literally blood, sweat, and tears. But I'm ready to become a first lieutenant. I've never worn makeup to my job, and this is a very natural beat. You guys know I do not, I look very natural. My makeup looks very good. So I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to promote and just hang out with my dad. I'm excited not to be at work and spend time with him. So I'm going to go ahead and go in, and I will check back in with you guys when it is officially time. And then you're going to see my whole promotion ceremony, my speech, everything, which I'm still kind of working on. Yeah, doesn't have to be a big thing, but I always like to give some sort of wisdom, and I feel like, why not? It's my ceremony. Anyways, I have to go to the restroom because I drank a ton of water already and some tea. So I'm going to go ahead and head on in. And like I said, I will check back in with you guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. I'm excited. Okay, the sun is setting. I wonder if you can see my makeup. Can you see my makeup a little bit better? Now I'm like all the way in the sunlight. Yay!
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remain standing for the arrival of the official party, the singing of the national anthem by Lieutenant Marcus Hires, and the invocation by Master Sergeant Chloe Hayes.
Oh, say, can you see?
We thank you for this day and for the special occasion as we celebrate the promotion of Lieutenant Luke.
Thank you, Lieutenant Hires and Master Sergeant Hayes. Please be seated. Today, the men and women of the United States Air Force pay special tribute to Second Lieutenant Veronica Luke on the occasion of her promotion to First Lieutenant. Officiating today's ceremony is the commander of the 341st Medical Group, Colonel Jeremy N. Hooper. Before we begin, we would like to offer a special welcome to Lieutenant Luke's father, Mr. E.C. Luke, for joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Colonel Jeremy Hooper.
So good morning or good afternoon, however you want to look at it, and thank you for coming to Lieutenant Luke's promotion ceremony today. Today we take a moment to highlight Lieutenant Luke's progression to the next rank. Chief Luke, I'm so glad you were able to fly out to Montana and be part of the ceremony today. Thank you for that. Based off of Lieutenant Luke's performance to date, I'm pretty sure you will attend at least 4 more of these promotion ceremonies in the future. So if you're doing the math, you'll figure that out. I use my fingers to make sure I have that one right. So yes, the promotion rate to First Lieutenant is very high. But Lieutenant Luke has already proven that this promotion is very well deserved. LT's short career is already filled with group and wing level stratifications. That is something very hard for our younger CGOs to accomplish. You have to stand out from the pack, especially when you're in a small pond with a lot of big fish. Every lieutenant is hungry to succeed, to make a difference and be recognized for their hard work. The endorsements Lieutenant Luke has received already is a testament to the confidence leadership has in her to become a future leader in the United States Air Force. So let's take a moment to highlight why Lieutenant Luke is a standout among standouts. In the 2 years Lieutenant Luke has been in the Air Force, she led the medical logistics and readiness flight as a flight commander. They say each officer performance report should have at least a couple really impactful bullets you would want to have in your promotion and recommendation folder when you meet your promotion board. Lieutenant Luke has already achieved that and then some. Her OPRs consist of bullets with impacts like smash no notice commander's inspection program, no errors. 0 findings for annual fire safety inspection for the Joint Commission inspectors, great leadership, and 0 deficiencies during an IG staff assistance visit to the anti-terrorism program. Also, she won several company grade officer of the quarter awards, and not just the squadron level, but also at the group level. Additionally, to show that she's obviously a true leader, she has won several squadron and group level awards as well. Finally, to wrap up how awesome she has been, she was recently selected to be the group executive officer. This is just one more indicator of leadership's recognizing your hard work and knowing it is just the beginning of a long and successful career. So again, thank you everyone for coming, and Chief, again, thank you for flying out to Montana to support Lieutenant Luke. One of the keys to success and getting promoted is to have a strong backing from friends and especially family. Success in the Air Force is not really an individual effort, but more of a team effort with the help of family and friends. So finally, Lieutenant Luke, yes, you are still lieutenant in title, but you have moved up a rank and people will look at you differently. They'll treat you differently, in a good way. If they don't, let me know. They expect you to know more and to look to you to lead even more. We all look forward to what you will bring to the table now that you are our first lieutenant, and we know you will not disappoint. So now let's get on with the ceremony and get you promoted.
Thank you, sir. Lieutenant Luke, would you please come forward? Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the reading of the promotion orders. Attention to orders. The President of the United States, acting upon recommendation of the Secretary of the Air Force, has placed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, integrity, and abilities of Second Lieutenant Veronica Luke. In view of these special qualities and her demonstrated potential to serve the next higher grade, Lieutenant Luke is promoted to the grade of First Lieutenant, United States Air Force, effective the first day of August 2018 by the order of the Secretary of the Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Mr. E.C. Luke, would you please join with First Lieutenant Luke in pinning her next rank?
Like trying to let I know. Can't wait till we get OCPs and minute slippers, right?
Thank you. Colonel Hooper will now administer the oath of office.
Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your full name.
I, Veronica Luke,
Having been appointed a First Lieutenant in the United States Air Force,
having been appointed a First Lieutenant in the United States Air Force,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office upon which I am about to enter.
of the office upon which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Do I get to give my order? Okay.
Hi everyone, thank you for coming. First and foremost, I wanted to give God the glory and honor because without Him and without having God in my life, I would not be here today. Second, I want to thank my dad for everything he's done for me, even when I didn't listen. He was behind me. He was behind me commissioning, actually, and that's a whole nother story that I'll tell you guys someday. So thank you, Dad, for coming all the way out here. And thank you to Master Sergeant Nelson, Master Sergeant Hayes, and Lieutenant Hires. You guys did awesome, and anything I ask you to do, you do. So thank you, and shout out to Lieutenant Mitchell. Thank you for recording. I appreciate you. And I can't name everyone, but I want to definitely identify 2 people who helped me a lot when I first got here. So thank you, Sergeant Blocker and Mr. Brown, for keeping me on straight. An LT cannot survive without a senior NCO. And without a civilian who's done it, been it, lived it, to tell them like, hey, you're off the mark, or to keep you on course. So I'm always never too afraid to ask for help, so thank you guys so much for that. Okay, so lastly, I wanted to share a quick story milestone to kind of tell you guys, to talk about a time where I went through a lot. So my senior year of college, I was 20 years old, and it was my spring semester, and I got really, really sick. And of course, my dad called me like the concerned parent he was, just to check in, and I was super hoarse, and he said, you should get seen. Well, I didn't listen then. And then 3 weeks later, I actually had my nervous system start to shut down, and I had a super high grade fever. I was sleeping on heater vents because I had the shakes so bad, and I thought I was fine. And then I couldn't walk or talk after the 2nd week. So when I finally listened to my dad, I went to the ER, and at first they didn't know what was wrong with me, so they just kept sending me home until progressively my neck probably was protruding out to here, and I had slurred speech. So I ended up having this thing called Lemire syndrome, and it's this rare disease where if it's not caught, you die from it. So the nurse, when she first took me back, told me I had cancer, and I was like, oh my gosh. The first thing I thought was, I don't think the military is going to approve me to come in. And then the second thing I thought was, okay, it's my spring semester of college. I'm going to graduate in May, and I have to get this done. So I was maintaining a 3.9 GPA. I was a cheerleader. I was sorority president of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I was Miss Black and Gold of Kansas, the first time Kansas had won the title in 10 years. So I was overdoing it just a little bit. And then I was taking about 16 hours, which is normally what I took every semester in college because I had nothing else to do, so I felt like I should overachieve. So essentially why I'm sharing this story is because, and I'm not always the best person at it, but make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves and listening to your bodies and listening when enough is enough and you need to take your time. I think sometimes the military promotes a culture of perfectionism and working hard hours, and when you're in the grave, all we're going to do is get another body in here, and that's the sad truth. And so it took me so long to realize that until I was here and I was starting to pick up those old habits again, and I realized, okay, I need to stop. So I'm so thankful that God allowed my doctors to form a team and I was cured. And yes, it's already in my record, so just in case anyone wants to go back and share that, they've already coded. I'm not doing coded, so it's fine. But I wanted to say all that to say that I almost died on the bed, and I was still doing my term paper and everything. I still sit in everything, and if it wasn't for God and the people that I had around me, I would not be here. So the work ethic that you guys see here it strives from that, but also I want to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves because it's really important. And I feel like you should always, whenever you're given a platform or some type of thing, you should always share a story so that way you never know who you're helping. So I know this really wasn't about me promoting, but I just wanted to share that story with you guys to make sure you guys are taking care of yourself and that success will come when it comes. It may not be the first door that you want, it may not be the perfect square window that you want, but just kick open a door and carve a little hole in a wall and you'll step through it. So I just want to say thank you guys so much, and I'm ready to eat veggies and fruit because I'm vegetarian right now, but thank you guys so much for coming.
The men and women of the 341st Miscellany and the 341st Medical Group are proud of First Lieutenant Luke as she continues to fulfill her duties as a First Lieutenant in our Air Force. Now here comes the part that they never let me do. They're going to let me sing. Oh, no. You guys can help me though. So ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude today's ceremony, please join us in singing the Air Force song. Off we go into wild blue yonder, flying high into the sun. Here it comes to meet our thunder. Boys, give it a gun, give it a gun. Down we dive, spouting the flames from under. Off with one hell of a roar. We live in fame, go down in flames. Hey, nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. Please come forward to offer congratulations to First Lieutenant Luke and her father, Mr. E.C. Luke. Everyone is invited to remain and enjoy this reception. Thank you for attending today's ceremony. God bless you and the United States Air Force.
Take the mic away.
She said they don't give me the mic, I don't know why.